Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're diving into one of the most iconic duos in Hero Wars, Alliance, Krista and Lars, the Chaos Twins. Together they are the definition of synergy. Krista lays down her frozen needles with icy vengeance, and Lars drags the entire enemy team right into them with Lord of the Storm. Ice and thunder, control and destruction. It's a combo so strong it has shaped team building since the moment these got reworked. But while the combo itself is devastating, the true secret lies in the lineups you build around them. Today we're breaking down the top 5 Krista and Lars teams in the mobile version of Hero Wars, Alliance, showing you the exact allies who turn the Chaos Twins from deadly into unstoppable. Let's kick things off with Team 1, Kayla, Krista, Xe'Sha, Lars, and Aiden. This lineup is pure aggressive chaos. Kayla jumps in with her blades and unleashes relentless physical damage, tearing through front lines and forcing the enemy to focus on her. While that chaos is unfolding, Krista covers the ground with icy needles, punishing anyone who dares stand still. Lars follows with his vortex, dragging enemies directly into Krista's icy field. And then comes Xe'Sha, one of the most lethal chaos mages in the game. Her deadly ray targets the enemies with the lowest magic defense, which often ends up being the very heroes already softened by Krista's and Lars's combo. To keep the whole machine running, Aiden provides Bonds of Fire and Phoenix's ritual, boosting survivability and healing so the Chaos Core has time to work. This team doesn't wait for opportunities, it creates them, overwhelming enemies with pressure from every angle. Now let's move to Team 2, Krista, Xe'Sha, Lars, Peech, and Polaris. If Team 1 is about aggression, Team 2 is about disruption and collapse. Peech joins here as the armor shredder and debuffer, weakening the enemy's defenses and supercharging the team's damage. Every frozen needle from Krista and every lightning bolt from Lars hits harder because Peech has stripped away their armor. Xe'Sha takes advantage of weakened targets, vaporizing the squishiest enemies with her ray. But the key player here is Polaris. Her pulsing comet stuns enemies in place, lining them up perfectly for the Chaos Twins combo. And here's the kicker, Polaris boosts all damage against enemies by 50%. That means Krista's O, Lars's chain lightning, Xe'Sha's beams, and Peech's attacks all explode in power during that stun window. This team is about absolute control, debuffs, stuns, and collapse. When Polaris lands her stun, it's lights out for the enemy. Team 3 takes a different approach, focusing on tempo and survival, Astaroth, Krista, Tempus, Lars, and Peech. Astaroth leads from the front, shielding his allies and even bringing back a fallen teammate with his resurrection. That safety net is critical, because Krista and Lars need time to ramp their combo. Krista lays the icy groundwork, Lars sets up the drag, and Peech ensures the damage sticks by lowering armor. The real tempo controller here is Tempus. He freezes enemies mid-skill, slows momentum, and creates the perfect pauses for the Chaos Twins to unleash their synergy uninterrupted. When Tempus locks the fight down, Krista and Lars can detonate the battlefield on their timing, not the enemies. Astaroth absorbing damage and resurrection, it's key to keeping the whole team stable and ready for long fights. This team is all about rhythm, stall, control, and then collapse. It's not flashy aggression, it's steady suffocation, where every second builds toward another devastating combo. Team 4 is where the Chaos faction synergy goes into overdrive, Krista, Xe'Sha, Lars, Lilith, and Polaris. Here, everything is about snowballing power. Krista and Lars provide the classic ice and storm control, while Xe'Sha once again hunts weakened defenses for lethal beams. Lilith brings her underworld seal, exploding into the enemy formation and permanently increasing her own health with every cast. With sacrifice boosting her magic attack, Lilith not only makes herself deadlier, she also feeds power into Xe'Sha thanks to her soaring might. Polaris is the final piece, locking enemies in place with her stuns and amplifying all damage against enemies by 50%. This lineup thrives in long fights, because Lilith keeps stacking health and power, Krista and Lars keep chaining their combo, and Xe'Sha keeps landing devastating beams. The longer it goes, the stronger it gets, and Polaris ensures the finishing blows are always lethal. Finally, Team 5, Krista, Tempus, Folio, Lars, and Polaris. This is the all-in magical destruction squad. Krista covers the ground with ice, Lars drags everyone into it, and then Folio unleashes his disruption and distraction, blasting enemies with heavy magic. Folio doesn't just deal damage, he creates chaos, scattering the enemy formation and breaking their rhythm. Tempus is here again to control tempo, freezing the enemy's momentum and giving the Chaos Twins a clean window to execute their combo. Polaris ties it all together with her stuns and that devastating 50% damage amplification, turning every icy spike, every lightning strike, every folio blast into overwhelming force. This team is relentless magical pressure, disruption, control, and finishes, all orchestrated around the Chaos Twins storm. So Guardians, here's the recap. Team 1 is Kayla, Krista, Xe'Sha, Lars, and Aiden, aggressive chaos pressure with blades, beams, and storms. Team 2 is Krista, Xe'Sha, Lars, Peech, and Polaris, disruption and collapse with debuffs and stuns amplified by 50% damage. Team 3 is Astaroth, Krista, Tempus, Lars and Peech, tempo and survivability that suffocate enemies over time. Team 4 is Krista, Xe'Sha, Lars, Lilith, and Polaris, maximum chaos snowball, growing stronger the longer it goes. And Team 5 is Krista, Tempus, Folio, Lars, and Polaris, magical destruction and disruption at its absolute peak. The Chaos Twins are still one of the most satisfying duos in the entire game, and with the right allies, they don't just control the battlefield, they define it. What about you, Guardians? Which of these Chaos Twin lineups is your favorite? Do you prefer raw aggression, control and tempo, or the full Chaos faction snowball? Let me know in the comments, I love hearing your takes. And if this guide helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of our deep dives. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.